Well, for years, the phrase like a girl has been used with a negative connotation. I mean, think about it. You throw like a girl, you hit like a girl, you're acting like a girl. But women and girls are reclaiming that phrase in a very powerful way.
What does it mean to think like a girl?
It means to think with confidence and pride in yourself and just be who you are no matter what anyone else says.
Sharing a woman's perspective. What different experiences do women go through? And how are their opinions shaped by those experiences as well?
To be intelligent, to be smart, to think differently, to think creatively. It's no different from thinking like a man. Sort of just being who you are.
I believe it's definitely going to start trends and start to influence the youth, especially those young girls out there who want to be the first in their fields.
It means to be respectful. It means to help others, and it means to basically you be you.
I understand the power of my voice and that the words I say matter a lot. And most importantly, that I know I have the right to speak up. And that is what I believe it means to think like a girl.
Well, now one psychologist specifically wants you to think like a girl and start rejecting the myths that women have been told their entire lives. Joining me now is Dr. Tracy Packiam Alloway, psychologist and author of Think Like a Girl. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So were you able to listen to those girls sort of express how they feel about what it means to think like a girl or act like a girl, and what was your reaction to that?
It was so incredibly moving just to be able to hear their voices, hear that authenticity, see that hope, and the fact that, you know, one of the big things that I address in the book is this idea of myths. Myths that maybe we grow up hearing, myths that we tell ourselves, and to hear the next generation actually kind of moving those myths aside and speaking their own voice was so encouraging to hear.
It was really encouraging for me to just sort of see that be put together, because, quick anecdote, someone told my young son Gavin about 4 years ago, "Gavin, you throw like a girl," and he said, "I hope so. Have you seen my mom throw?" So I think even young boys are starting to learn that, you know, men and women, boys and girls are equal. However, you are the expert. You studied this sort of thing. So is there a difference between the male brain and the female brain?
There are structural differences that brain imaging studies have shown, but interestingly, there are also functional changes. So we do use our brain differently. One of the big myths that I uncover is whether women are more emotional when we make decisions. And here, this is really interesting. This is not necessarily rooted in our neurochemistry, but it is rooted in our cultural desire. What I found from research is that women are often motivated by a desire to protect. And so we tend to use the emotional side of the brain when we make our decisions. And this can sometimes be perceived as weak or not being rational, when in fact it's actually coming from such a powerful protective place. Now, what's a lot of fun is in the lab, I found that we can actually flip the switch in our brain. If you stick your hand in a bucket of ice, it actually overloads your emotional brain and frees up your rational brain to make a different decision.
I love this ice bucket next to me at all times. Dr. Alloway, how can we use our female brains to our advantage?
One of the big things that I notice is, even in the workplace, the difference between competence versus confidence, and women often lack confidence despite the competence that they feel. And one of the big takeaways is to use our physicality, to use our bodies to almost reverse engineer what your brain is telling you. So instead of trying to talk yourself into feeling confident, adopt a power pose, put your hands on your hips. And just for 2 minutes, studies have shown that that actually decreases your cortisol level, your stress level, and people report feeling more confident as well. If you're not comfortable doing a power pose, your posture can make a big difference. Just even sitting up with your shoulders back, your head straight, sends a signal to your brain, and this is based on embodied theory, where your body tells your brain what to think.
I love these physical, real takeaway things that we can do, and so now I envision a newsroom where our female producers and editors are going to be standing like this, and everyone's going to be like, what are they doing? But you say that that physically can rewire our brains, if even just for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. And the great thing is it can actually make you feel less stressed. So if you are feeling a little anxious about something, that power pose, that posture can make a difference to your stress levels, not just your confidence levels.
I wonder what you think we can continue to do from here to sort of help us as small communities embrace this idea that though the physiology between men and women are different, that there is equality on the horizon. What can we do?
I think an important thing to remember is none of this is hardwired. None of this is deterministic, that we can find a way to change. And mental health is a great example of this. So while women report experiencing depression twice more than males, and in part because of our neurochemistry, even changing a simple word. So instead of saying, yes, but this happened, say yes and. And studies have shown that that powerful word change from a yes but to a yes and actually shifts the functionality of your brain to a more positive and grateful mindset.
Dr. Tracy Alloway, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to see you. And for those of you at home who want to learn more about this, her book, Think Like a Girl, is available now. Have a great weekend. Thanks again.
Thank you.